Hello and welcome to another episode of This Week in the SFFL from Lino Lakes, Minnesota. I'm the commish, and as always I'm joined from Brownwood, Texas by my co-host with his 3 luxury sleds in the driveway, Mr. Mike Paddock.
So sit back, relax, and grab yourself a cold one. It's your home of all things SFFL and fantasy football. It's TWITS, and it starts right now.
Tonight's episode of TWITS is brought to you by Frost Brewery Coors Light.
You almost done?
All right. Here we are, Mikey. Week number 11 of TWITS is upon us. All our things in the southern tier.
I'm growing the old beer. I got about 11 days growth there, ready for no shave November. So if you want this mug to carry anything special at the end of the month, get your bids in. All donations go to United Way. Let's see what we can do.
We'll have to set that up on League Save.
Yes.
All right, Mikey, not much on the news and notes front, so let's play a game of Skeptic or Believer, Mike. And we're gonna combine this with a little spotlight segment. The image on your screen now is if you click on the history tab on your SFFL site, you'll see the second entry there. So something like NFL player stats historically, or SFFL/NFL player stats. You can see on this image, it gives you a nice breakdown, Mike, of all the players, position players, and defenses, and how many points they've accumulated in SFFL history. So, Skeptic or Believer, obviously a big draw on YouTube, so I figured we'd bust that out. Mike, are you a Skeptic or Believer? This is pertaining to the running backs, which is the first section on that page. Are you a Skeptic or Believer that Marshawn Lynch has more fantasy points than Amon Green in SFFL history? That's just SFFL points, not overall fantasy points, just points scored in our league.
Ooh, in our league, huh? I would have to be, I'm still a skeptic. I think Amon Green was picked probably 5 or 6 years in a row. Lynch has only been around for about 4. And Amon had some pretty good years back then, catching and running, so skeptic.
Right? Not so fast, my friend. It's actually true. Marshawn Lynch, 349 SFFL points. Amon Green, 330.
Wow.
And actually, Lynch averages about a point and a half more per game than Mr. Green. And just so you know, you on YouTube for Baseball Classic, feel free to play along here as we go through the questions. Mike, a wide receiver question for you. Are you a skeptic or a believer that Calvin Johnson is in the top 10 in terms of all-time wide receiver SFFL points?
Well, I think, just trying to think of how many good wide receivers there are out there over the years, and he's only been dominant. And he's only been dominant for a couple, so, but he's top 10? I guess I'm a believer.
You would be correct, my friend. He comes in at number 10. 12 points ahead of one Stevan L. Smith.
Oh, still active.
Yes, Calvin averaging 6.95 points per contest, which I believe is tops in the SFFL.
If I would have known that, I would have started him last week, probably.
That's right. Mike, are you skeptic or believer that Antonio Gates has as many SFFL points as Jason Witten and Dallas Clark combined in history?
Oh, I'm pretty much a believer. I think he leads the way.
Not so fast. He had 620 fantasy points. Gonzalez leads the way with 709. Then there's a huge drop to Witten and Clark at 388 and 313.
Ooh.
So They've got about 104 points to him, but Gonzalez and Gates are in a class by themselves. And Mike, our last skeptic or believer / spotlight question of the night. Skeptic or believer, in history, the Oakland defense is the worst performing defense in SFFL history.
This goes way back to 95.
96, I believe, is when these stats start. So, long time. 17 years.
In history, yeah.
So over those 17 years.
Yeah, I'm gonna have to be as. Oh wait a minute, but that's SFFL points.
There's points scored in our league, yes.
Okay, I'll believe it.
Not so fast, my friend. They actually are. They're at the top half of the league. They are number 16. Your worst performing defense is the Cleveland defense. In the history of the league, the Cleveland defense has only been started 31 times, and they've responded with 17 points.
Woo.
So they are at the bottom.
0.5 points per contest. That's not very good.
That's right. And Baltimore, if anyone's curious, leading the way, 549 points in SFFL history.
And
so
they haven't let up still.
Correct. All right, Mike, let's get to our sponsors here on the northern tier. I took a chance on a pale ale this week by Great Divide Brewing Company. They just came out with, I believe, this year with this fresh hop pale ale. And I tell you what, if you're looking for some IPA type quality in a pale ale, this is it. Plenty of hops. I wouldn't say it's overkill. I don't know what the IBUs are, but definitely a smooth, citrusy pale ale. So highly recommended.
Nice, and I teased this a little bit last week, but I've got the White Christmas out of the Sam Adams Holiday Pack.
Ooh.
It's an ale brewed with spices, so it's it's not for the I don't know, not for the faint of heart.
Yep, it's got some nutmeg in it.
Yeah, it's kind of an acquired taste. It's pretty good.
That's good.
I definitely like I said, I recommend that Holiday Pack out of Sam Adams. Good job by them.
No chocolate Bach, though.
It is not. That's the reason I bought the pack. Chocolate Bach.
I remember you commenting on that last week, Mike.
Yep.
All right, Mike. Let's delve quickly into the weekly rewind. For week number 10, we had Mickey and Bill facing off, and 78-50 the final there. Mickey now on top in the AFC, paced by Denver, 20 points. I believe they had punt return touchdown and interception touchdown and a safety in that one. Although I did read today that the NFL admitted an error on one of those touchdowns where apparently the guy didn't see the play, but apparently on the punt return, the guy started showboating before the goal line and actually dropped the ball. So they said it should have been a touchback, but official ruling does not change from the NFL's perspective. Mike, we had Evan taking on Thad, and I believe we got a 12-pack change in hands here, 64-28 the final. Adrian L. Peterson continues his miraculous comeback and MVP-type season. 16 points out of ALP. Thad paced by Tom Brady with 10 points. We had Greg 57, Tim 52 in a nip and tuck affair. Battle of the tight ends there. Tony Gonzalez,
Titans.
18 points. Jimmy Graham with 19. So that's a big output from those boys. Mike, we had you and I faced off. 68-41 was the final in that one. Couple of NFC, well, what used to be NFC West foes, Breeze 14 for the Saints, and Frank Gore with 10 for the Niners. And then we had Tom and Wayne facing off, and Tom, Resurgent Tom, 48, paced by Matt Ryan with 17, takes down Wayne, who got 26, paced by Andre Brown with 10 points. So that is the weekly rewind. Mike, I was inundated with emails and tweets this week. Everyone was enjoying the How They Were Built segment, and as I understand it, part 2 is coming up this week.
Yes, sir. Another how they were built. I was admiring the wife's work. Mickey put up quite the point spread there, so I wanted to dig a little deeper.
Sure.
You already discussed one aspect of it. Her leading score was the defense, which was Denver D, and she actually picked them up in week 8.
Okay.
For the paltry sum of $10. Got her 20 points, so that's a pretty good return on investment there. Starting off the top, her quarterback for the week, and I believe she actually used that same quarterback to beat you, if I'm not mistaken, a couple weeks ago.
Thanks for bringing that up, Mikey. Yep.
Week 4 free agent acquisition of Andrew Luck got her 16 points.
Suck for luck.
And her first round draft pick, and the second pick overall, Arian Foster got her 11 points.
Which is what she's going to have to do to get him back on the roster. What?
And she also started her second running back that she picked up in the 4th round, Ahmad Bradshaw. I believe that's at least her second year having Ahmad, maybe a 3rd year in a row.
She's a big fan of Ahmad Bradshaw. Yeah, I think that's either 2 or 3 years she's had him.
Yep, and but she only got 2 points out of him, so it didn't help out too much this time. And then in week 10, just in time for this matchup, she picked up one Golden Tate wide receiver from Seattle, who I had dropped a couple weeks ago, who did not do much for me. But she did get 11 out of Golden Tate. He must have thrown a touchdown pass, I believe, because he had 9 points. So receiving touchdown, and he must have thrown one. And then 2 bonus points.
Yeah, I don't know if you saw the replays of that, Mike. It was his teammates were giving him crap for looking like Tim Tebow on that play. He launched that thing up there left-handed. It was kind of a punt, but Sidney Rice was uncovered in the end zone for the touchdown. So
nice. And then 6th round draft pick, 59 overall, Vincent Jackson, or second receiver out of now with Tampa Bay, only got her another 2 points. And then sticking with the same tight end from her draft, 12th round draft choice, Jermaine Gresham. Netted her 6 points this week, which is better than any tight end I've had all year, and I still can't find one that does me any good. And then rounding out her scoring, week 9 free agent acquisition, Sean Swisham, place kicker for your Pittsburgh Steelers, got her 10 points. So not a bad week. A little bit of something thrown in there from first round draft picks to early free agent to late free agent pickups. Got her the highest score of the week at 78 points, was it? And that is
yes, 78 points.
And that is how they were built.
Excellent. All right, Mike, let's take a quick look at the old record setters. We had the aforementioned Mickey, 20 points from her defense. That was good enough for 4th place all time. And the SFL as a whole got 64 tight end points this week. That was good enough for 8th place all time. So those were the 2 record setters that we had this week. What do we have coming up week 11, Mike?
We have week 11, your spotlight matchup. The two of the new division leaders. We got a little bit of a bunch up there at the top now, as I fall down to the bottom. Appreciate that. But Brooklyn Bill at 6-4 with 597 points, going up against Thad Media Starved Yay, sitting at 5-5 in the AFC with 520 points. They do have a previous matchup where Bill was victorious at 51-42, so he leads that all-time series 1-0. We'll see what happens this week.
There we go. All right. Premium pack Mike, for week number 11. The current week is bowl. As predicted last week here on TWITS, the Gophers become bowl eligible with a victory in Champaign. For week 12, Mike, we're going to go with the password of snow.
What's that?
What's that?
Yeah, what's that?
Oh, well, it's this white stuff that if you tried to travel early Monday caused some havoc around the Twin Cities. But yeah, we got our first snowfall kind of Sunday into Monday. So bowl for week 11 and 12. Week 12 will be the password of snow, and that'll get you all the premium content. Mike, let's move into everyone's tertiary favorite segment on the show, a little segment called Chalk Talk. Was on a little bit of a run, I think a 4 or 5 game win streak that came to a crashing halt last week with the Atlanta Falcons. They had first and goal from the 2-yard line with a minute to go, and New Orleans defense, of all defenses, kept them out of the end zone on 4 straight plays, which is unbelievable. So they took the loss, and so did I. 6-3 on the year now. But feeling pretty good about getting 70% mark, which is a high water mark this week with the Purdue Boilermakers, Mike. Hate to pick on the Illini, but Purdue, since they lost to Minnesota 3 weeks ago, 2-3 weeks ago, I can't remember, they're playing some actually pretty decent football in Purdue, and certainly decent enough, I think, to go into Illinois and win by a touchdown. They are currently laying 7 points, so I'm going to take the Boilers -7 at Illinois, and hopefully move to the high water mark of 7-3 on the year. My dog of the week, we have had a little this week after a rousing 8-0 start. We had the Eagles, who were leading that game in the fourth quarter, and then obviously we had a quarterback change and a defensive touchdown and a special teams touchdown that salted that away for Dallas. So kind of almost want to give you a pass on that one. Obviously Vegas wouldn't, but 8-1 on the year, Mike. Still very, very impressive with the 88% win percentage there. So what are you going to do to get back on the winning track in week 11?
Yeah, the dog of the week went down like so many concussed quarterbacks last week.
Horrible.
I think if Vic would have been able to stay in there, I think I would have had that one wrapped up. But, you know, that's why they call it gambling, although this is for entertainment purposes only. This week, we're looking at another team who has lost their quarterback, but they're still 3.5-point favorites over Baltimore. And guess what? Pittsburgh has never beaten Baltimore without Big Ben. They're 0-4. So I am taking Baltimore at Pittsburgh at a 3.5 points, and that is your dog of the week.
Yeah, no, that Byron Leftwich doesn't look like much to me from what I saw early on. So yeah, that's and obviously Baltimore running up the score, having some fun at the expense of the Oakland Raiders last week. So like that pick a lot. Mike, game of the week. Speaking of kind of potentially getting screwed by a quarterback getting knocked out, I had Chicago last week, and not that I really hated to see it, but someone from Houston kind of launched themselves right into his helmet and knocked him out of the game. Jay Cutler, that is. And it was all downhill after that. Jason Campbell comes in and I think maybe leads him to a field goal, but that was it in a rain-soaked game. I believe 13-6 the final there. Mike had Houston to move to 4-5. I took the loss to move to 3-6. And this week was going to go that Baltimore-Pittsburgh route, but with the Big Ben injury, I decided to kind of go to an even playing field. So we're going to look at Chicago and San Francisco, Mike. A battle potentially of Colin Kaepernick versus Jason Campbell. Who do you like in that one?
Yeah, and I tell you, I think I'm going to go with the home team there. I really like Kaepernick. I don't know if he's thrown too many this year, but every time they put him in there, he does a pretty good job in a Wildcat. So I think he's pretty much battle tested. Still a young guy, can run. I think he can keep that defense on its toes, and the San Francisco defense is good enough to beat Jason Campbell. So I am going to take the home team in San Francisco this week. Should I be that fast?
Yeah, you're just fine. That's about the right speed. I'm gonna go ahead and agree with you this week. San Francisco, I think. I don't know what exactly transpired, but their offense got up to a really slow start last week. I think it was maybe 14-3 or something at half. That St. Louis was pretty much on top of them, and this is a St. Louis team that pretty much got shut down offensively by New England of all teams. The 2 weeks before they had a bye week, but the week before that they played New England and got shut down. And I fully expected the San Francisco offense to perform much better, and the defense did okay, but I think they'll have a rebound week. And if you want to talk about a matchups of quarterbacks, I'll take Kaepernick. I know him from his Nevada days pretty well, and yeah, he can. He's pretty accurate on the short passes. They don't throw much deep with him, but in terms of getting the ball to Crabtree, Davis, I don't have any qualms there. And I think at home they'll want to get the bad taste of kissing their sister out of their mouth. So I'm going to go ahead and agree with you. San Francisco should win that game, Mike. And if they do, you could have a new team leading the NFC North at the end of Week 11. All right, Mike. Well, that'll about wrap up week number 11. If you'd like to see this episode or any past episodes, you can head on over to vh1classic.com or just go to YouTube and type in the keyword TWITS. So for my co-host, Mr. Mike Paddock, we will see everyone back here again for the Week 12 edition of TWITS. Adios.
Adios.